I wasn't really ready. I was more like scared and like always thinking, contemplating on like how I'm going to do, where I'm going to end up.
It was not my opinion. It was something my parents just told me to do, and that it would benefit me, that when I got into high school, my guidance counselors would probably try to force me to do Applied, but if I listened to them, then I would be able to get into university.
I don't know if I was really prepared, but I was kind of scared because in grade 8, teachers were always like trying to scare you. You get intimidated by like what they tell you.
I just picked academic because it seemed like the better option.
So to make the decision between Applied and academic, that wasn't, or it was my decision, but I had no knowledge of how to make that decision. So my grade 8 teacher had made that decision for me. The way he made that decision for me was he determined me by my previous marks during the school year, and it wasn't really great marks, so he just enrolled me into Applied courses, saying, oh yeah, he'll be good here. And even in the Applied courses, like, sometimes I felt like I did belong, sometimes I felt like I didn't belong. If I was just given more knowledge of what was in store for high school, I think that I would have been able to come out of high school more successful and more efficiently.
I was more frightened to go to the academic courses because a lot of teachers in middle school warned me about the obstacles, but I realized that when I took Applied it was a lot more easier, but I never took academics, so I don't know what was really in store.
My parents had a lot of influence on me because like they're from Jamaica and stuff, and all they really think about is university. And when you come to Canada, to get to university, the easiest way to do that is taking academic courses.
Our grade 8 teacher told us that if you wanted to go to university, you have to take academic because it's harder, gets you more prepared, and there's a lot more work.
In middle school, I didn't really know what the difference was between applied and academic.
Well, for me and to Dan, when we went to middle school, we were introduced to the Enrich program, so that basically showed us that we had the potential to go into that type of stream for the academic stream once we enter high school.
When we were in grade 8, our teacher told us that the workload is not going to be the same as how we're experiencing right now. So if the work in grade 8 felt hard for you, it's not going to be the same in high school. But if you're prepared for that workload, probably academic might be the right path.
I think that previous teachers would also compare me to friends, like, oh, okay, he's a little bit smarter than him and a little bit dumber than him, so yeah, he could just go with his friends into Apply. So I'm just gonna push them over here, and the students that actually care about school, I'm gonna push them into academic.
Like my parents and my sister, they all went to the university, and they said that the only way to go to university is to do academic courses. So I was also prepared by preparing me.
I asked my sister, and that's how she helped me pick the courses if I should go with applied or academic.
Teachers they really didn't help you. They just pushed you in a path that they thought would be correct for you.
My grade 8 teacher, Ms. Green, she actually chose the academic path for me. She saw the potential in me from a very, very young age, and I've been in academic ever since.
I wasn't prepared for choosing the choices of academic or applied in grade 8. I was more confused.
I personally in grade 9 took a couple academic credits, and I felt like I was being rushed. I felt like I was being always on a fast pace. I felt like I wasn't sitting down in just a classroom anymore.
Entering high school, you really don't know exactly what the workload is. And before we enter high school, we hear so many rumors about it being so much homework and the teachers don't like you. So applied, when we hear that, we don't think about working too hard because we're in grade 8, we don't want too much homework.
In high school, you just have a lot of work, and it comes to a point where you just get all stressed out, and there's another point where you're just okay, now I don't want to do this, but I still want my credits, or I still want the mark. So they're okay, how about we switch to applied right now, because I'm still getting the mark, I'm still getting the credit, and I'm still in school, and everything is easier for me right now.
Your peers can affect what you do. It can affect saying, oh well, you know, why not take this one? Or, you know, why not take this one? I heard it's higher, I heard it's lower, you know. So you can breeze through it, you know. You don't even like high school anyway.
They want to like go to college so they can have a hands-on experience.
Applied courses, yeah, they are a lot easier than academic. It's not even like a comparison.
Not enough knowledge. Not enough knowledge knowing, you know, knowing what to do and not even knowing what you want to become as a career.
Your friends, they'll be like, oh, I'm taking applied, why don't you take applied? We'll be in the same classes and stuff.
Teachers and parents have a huge impact on whether or not a student wants to take an academic or applied classes. I think that teachers are the route to whether or not a student should take academic or applied, because teachers know exactly what that student is capable of. They know the child's or the student's worth ethics. They know the potential that student has. So if you see a student who is not necessarily their attitude fits the academic criteria, but their worth ethics and the tests they do and the marks they get surpass the applied criteria, you should definitely push that student to be an academic student.
Lack of self-confidence. It has to do a lot with the environment people are around. Like, you know, if you're discouraged to do something, you're not gonna do it.
It's very difficult.
If you're capable of doing academic courses, then it's easy for you to just transition.
I tried to change from applied math to an academic math, but they told me that my grade, and this was in grade 11, so they told me that my grade 9 applied math wasn't, like, the marks weren't meetable to the standards of going into academics, so they told me that I had to stay in applied.
Well, a lot of students pick applied, and once they're comfortable in that work setting, they don't want to switch into academic.
I had friends that started off with taking applied classes, and throughout the year they saw that they could do better than the applied courses, so they pushed themselves and then they transferred to academic.
I took grade French applied because my French teacher, he's like, you wouldn't survive in academic, take applied, take applied. So I took applied, and then I wanted to switch to academic, and luckily I had a nice guidance counselor.
I think it was possible as long as you have a good guidance counselor system.
Honestly, I believe you're too young at that age to even decide what you even want to be.
No, they're definitely not ready to decide.
No. You can't ask a kid what they want to do and how they're going to start their life off of grade 8. Some kids don't even have the experience that they needed for grade 8 to even think of higher or future plans. Some kids don't even know what they want to do when they leave middle school.
Why would you make that decision so early? There's like, I think it's like moving too fast for me.
People in grade 8, I don't think they have much information about high school.
For me, personally, in grade 8, I actually did learn a few things.
I feel like they could, because I was already in grade 8 and I knew I wanted to go to university. It all depends on what they want to do.
As the times go by in high school, your mind will change, because what you said in grade 8 will totally different when you go from grade 9, 10, 11 to 12. Because you will learn more things about what you want it to be. So if you wanted to be an artist, you'll learn more in the next 4 years of high school than you did in grade 8. And maybe it'll intrigue you.
When you reach high school, you know more about university and college when you get to high school, because people talk about it more. When you're in middle school, you're focused on grade, you're focused on high school, you're not focused on college and university. So each step you're going, you focus on something.
Oh no, I had no, university, I had no clue whether I was going to university or college. I just took it one day at a time, and now I'm in grade 12 and literally there's 2 months left, and I'm still having doubts about whether going to university or college, but most definitely not at 15 years old.
to ask a kid what they want to do in grade 8 is like, I don't know. Like, I personally got that question when I was in grade 8 and I didn't answer it. Frankly, reasons why, because I didn't know. And I wasn't gonna make up something on the spot.
They are confused about what's going on.
I feel that I was ready in grade 8 to go to university, also because the support of my parents, and they felt that university would be a good experience for me to go into.
There are students who start off taking applied courses and they have a career they want to venture into. And along the line, they realize that their applied courses really won't help them get to the university or get them to the career they want. So they get confused, they depressed and whatnot, and they just accept their applied courses and change their entire career paths to fit that applied courses. What I would say to that student or those students is never limit yourself. If you see that what you're taking is not going to help you get to where you want to get or where you want to be, do whatever you can to change that to get to where you want to be. If you're taking applied courses and the career you want requires academic, you go to your guidance counselors, you speak with your teachers, and you do whatever you can to get those academic courses, get those credits to do exactly what you want to do. Never limit yourself.